Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to another episode. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about getting your U.S. passport while living out here in Mexico. Yeah, that's right. The reason I'm out here standing outside of the DHL office is because, well, my new U.S. passport, as you guys can see here, just got delivered to me through DHL. Yeah, that's right. I just renewed my U.S. passport of 10 years while living in Mexico without having to go back to the USA to get the transaction. In fact, I didn't even have to go to the consulate or the embassy. I did everything by mail. Yeah, that's right. So, well, I just finished picking up my passport. I'm as happy as a little clam. Bruh. And I cannot wait, to show you guys exactly how I was able to get this done by the comfort of sitting at my home, on my couch, on my computer, and being able to, again, just do this all through the internet, through mail. And about a month later, I got my brand new passport. So, all right, guys, if you are kind enough to join me in my office, we're going to talk about exactly how you can also renew your passport out here in Mexico by simply, doing it online. All right, guys, so let's just get right into it. This was actually a lot easier to do than I originally thought. For a lot of you guys out there, the whole idea or the whole process of just renewing your passport is actually not that intimidating. It's actually pretty easy. But, there's a lot of folks out there, me included, where I was extremely intimidated. And again, I was basically, scared of the day when I had to, again, renew my passport. I had to turn the old passport in and get my new passport. All right. I was dreading the day that I had to do this. But it seems like not that long ago, they've made it extremely easy for us to now renew our passports through the mail, even though we might be in another country. Now, I think this is something that you can do in other countries, but we're just talking about Mexico at the moment. Well, because that's what I talk about on this channel, life in Mexico and just living in Mexico and all that good stuff. So, again, I had to renew my passport, and up until now, the only way that you could renew your passport is that you had to go to the consulate or the embassy, just depending on where you were, and you had to do the whole process through them. And it was a lot more tedious, and it was a lot more of a pain in the butt, to put it lightly. How do I know this? Well, because I've had friends that have had to do this. So very recently, again, shout out to Matt out there. Some of you guys know who he is. He's been on the show recently a few times, helping everyone out, with all kinds of information, me included. So he's the one that basically told me that I could do it online because he recently renewed his passport online. So he just guided me through the whole process. And again, I just figured it out on my own after, he gave me the links. And like I said, bada boom, bada bing, within about a month, I had my brand new passport in hand. Not just my new passport, but also a passport card, okay? That's something that I, wanted for my own personal, use. And so therefore I was able to renew my passport and passport card. And it took, again, about a month, give or take, from beginning to end. All right. I started this at the beginning of September, and I literally picked this up on October 3rd. So, give or take a month, all right, before it was in my hands. So with all that said, how do we get our passports? How do we start the process? All right, so first thing you're going to do is you're going to click on the link that I'm going to provide for you guys, okay, down in the description and down in the comment section as to what link you need to click on to get to this page, okay? As you guys can see there, it's a U.S. Embassy, consulates in Mexico, and it says it right there on the page. How to renew your passport by mail. All right, so basically, once you click on this link and you're on the official U.S. website, it's pretty straightforward, okay? All you got to do is just, again, scroll down a little bit. Again, if you want even more context for whatever reason this video wasn't enough, the U.S. government also provides a video with a lot more details just in case this isn't enough. But again, I feel like within the information provided on the website and what you're going to watch here, it should be pretty easy. So the first thing you're going to do is, again, you're going to click on the link and you're going to get onto this page, and then you're going to just go through section 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so forth. So let's just go through it. Now, before we get started, okay, on going through the list of what you need in order to renew your passport online, the first thing you really need to do is you got to click right here where it says eligible applicants resident in Mexico. So just click there real quick, okay? And make sure that you can renew your passport online, okay? And you can renew it through mail because it's not everyone that can do this, all right? So again, if you meet these requirements, you got nothing to worry about. So these are the requirements needed in order for you to apply and to, again, get your passport in the mail while living in Mexico. So the first thing you need, as you guys can see there, is that you must have your passport in your possession and submit your application. All right, so far so good. Your passport must be undamaged. All right, and again, other than just the normal wear and tear. So again, my passport has seen better days. Again, these are the holes that they punch in, once you get it back. But look, long story short, this thing, was a mess. But regardless, again, it wasn't falling apart. It's still in good condition. It could still go another 10 years.
Bruh.
Number three is that your passport was issued when you were at least 16 years or older, okay? 16 years of age or older. So again, I think for most of us, that's not a problem. Also, that your passport was issued within the last 15 years. So again, if you're renewing your passport, remember, passports only have 10 years on them, and it's advisable for you to renew your passport again as soon as possible. Don't wait until the last minute, okay? I literally had like 6, 7 months left on my passport before I went on and renewed it. But again, some people even suggest to renew it even sooner. So you can renew your passport anytime you want. All right. You don't have to wait until the last minute. But again, don't wait until you got 6 months left. Because the thing is that if you wait until you got like around 6 months left or so, you're not going to be able to do much. All right. Because your passport is just basically almost non non-workable or just doesn't really function when you only got 6 months left. Because if I only have like 5 months left on my old passport and I'm going to fly to another country or fly or just use it, all of a sudden I might get denied entry into another country, or I might just get denied the flight, or so on and so forth. So this is why I had to renew my passport so quickly. Another reason for me personally why I had to renew it was because I'm planning on getting my Mexican citizenship. And well, I cannot get my Mexican citizenship if my US passport is about to expire. So I needed to get a brand new passport in order for me to now go on ahead and apply for Mexican citizenship. So again, there's a lot of reasons why you want to make sure your passport is current, because again, once you're overseas, this is your only ID. Okay, this is why I also recommend getting, again, especially if you're in Canada or Mexico or in certain other countries in which the passport card is valid. Also get your passport card, because you're not going to want to carry your passport everywhere with you all the time. So your passport card is a great alternative. So when you're traveling around, or give or take. All right, so. And then the last thing is that your passport was issued in your current name and your document, the documents on your name. So long story short, as long as you don't got to make any big changes, outside of your name change, because sometimes you do have to have a name change. In that case, there's another document or another thing in the application in which you would have to fill out. But other than that, again, if your passport was issued in your current name and you're just renewing it, you got no problems. All right. But if you did change your name, you got to have another piece of documentation, another part of the application that you must add. But anyways, other than that, that's all you need. Okay, as you guys can see, very simple. So if you meet all of these requirements, again, your name hasn't changed, your passport was issued 15 years ago or less, you got your passport if you were 16 years or older, again, your passport just seen normal wear and tear, and you have your old passport on you. As long as you have all that, you're good to go. So if you meet all those requirements, all right, then perfect. Let's go on ahead and show you exactly how to go on ahead and renew your passport through the mail. The first thing you're going to do is that you got to fill out an application. All right. And you just click on here where it says form filler. All right. And you're going to go on ahead and, click on this other link, says I read the privacy policy and all that stuff. Submit. All right. And then you're going to go over here to the yellow part. All right. And then you're going to go on ahead and get this page. And basically, you fill this out. All right. It's going to ask you a bunch of questions, simple questions. And again, you're going to have to just fill them out on your own. Your name, your date of birth, your social security number, your passport number, so on and so forth. They're going to be asking you a few more questions. Throughout. Again, you just click next. And once you fill all that out, you're going to get this form that you're going to have to print out. Okay. And it's going to be around 4 papers, 6 papers. I forgot. But anyways, you print that out, and right on the front, it's going to tell you, where you have your name, your information. There's going to be a little section for you to go on ahead and put your picture. Okay, so once you fill this out and you submit it, you're going to get another page is going to let you know how to print it out. You print it out, and then once you print it out, again, you move on to the next thing. Okay, so the next thing would be, again, you must have your most recent passport and passport card. If you're going to renew your passport and your passport card, well, then you need to submit both of them, with your application. All right. The next thing you're going to need is you're going to need a 5x5 photo. Look at this. That's how I kind of look like,
Bruh.
on my new ID. All right. And so you're going to have to go to a local photographer. They are all over the place, depending on the city you're in, the area you're in. But long story short, you're just going to be getting your 5x5 passport photos. These are the same photos that you get, when you're getting your temporary or permanent residency, whenever you're going to get any kind of official ID or what have you. You're going to need to get these pictures. Okay, yeah, the same ones that you get in the USA for your own passport. So anyways, once you have these pictures, you're going to get 4. You only need 1. So you get that 1 picture and you staple it to the application. It'll tell you exactly where to staple it. It's literally right under your name and all the information. And then you're going to see like a little area that says, okay, staple this to the application. All right. So then you submit your picture. Okay, on the application, your old passport card, assuming you want a passport card as well. If you don't have a passport card and don't want one, it's not necessary. You can just simply renew your passport and that's it. All right. And then the last thing you're going to do is simply you go here to where it says payment. All right. So you go to payment. All right. Very easy, very straightforward. And then you just follow the instructions there. All right. And you can pay various ways. Again, either through PayPal, Venmo, your debit or credit card. I went on ahead and I paid through debit card. I used my US debit card. All right. To pay. And that's it. Once you pay, you're going to get a receipt, and you get that receipt and you hold on to it. All right. And so long story short, once you have all those documents ready, meaning the application that's already been filled out electronically, all right, through the website and printed out. Once you have your pictures, okay, and you attach the picture to the application, all right, and you made your payment and you get the receipt of the payment, you also print out the receipt of the payment. You get all of those documents, all right, and you're basically going to put them in one of these, all right. But again, before you even put them in one of these, you got to find a DHL store that is close by. All right. So again, by the way, you can still do this process at the consulate or at the embassy if you want. This is just the way how to do it through mail. All right. So what you're actually going to do is you're going to click right here where it says ship your documents. All right. And where it says, DHL shipping instructions, you click on there. And once you click on there, you're going to get these 2 pages. All right. And it's going to be a PDF. All right. And it's going to be instructions in English and, most importantly, instructions in Spanish. So again, my advice, print them both out. All right. One for your own records. All right. So you know exactly, all right, what to do. And there's no miscommunication when you get to the DHL office. And once you do get to the DHL office, basically what you're going to do is present them with this. Hopefully you know a little Spanish or enough Spanish to let them know exactly what you're looking for. But this will explain everything in Spanish to the DHL employee. So what does it say there? Well, again, we'll read it in English. So what this does is that basically you're gonna go on ahead and purchase two shipping way bills. Okay, the first one is to ship your documents to Guadalajara. All right, the consulate in Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. That is where they do this whole process. Okay, so basically, on the first way bill, meaning when you're sending your documents, you're sending them right there to the U.S. consulate office in Guadalajara, and then the second way bill, okay, that is going to be your information. All right, and how it's going to work is that basically once they process your application, once they process your passport, and they have all that done, they're going to ship it back to you, but they're not going to pay for shipping. You need to pay for shipping ahead of time. So that's what you're going to be doing at the DHL office, right? So at the DHL office, basically, you just show up with your documents, all right? And once you get your documents, you're going to put all those pieces of paper in one of these envelopes. I mean, they'll do it for you. You're going to be doing it together. So at the DHL office, you're going to put all your documents in here, meaning you're going to put your old passport in here. All right. You're going to put your passport card in there. You're going to put the documentation, the application, the receipt for payment, and, all the stuff that we just talked about. We're going to put them all in here. All right. And then the DHL office is basically going to, put the shipping label on it, get it ready, and ship it out to Guadalajara. All right. And once it's all done, basically the people at the consulate is they're going to go on ahead and they're going to, again, inside the package, is also going to be another shipping container or another shipping envelope to ship everything back. So again, once they're done at the consulate, they're basically going to go on ahead, all right, and put all your brand new passport and your new passport card, assuming that's what you want, plus your old passport and your old documents, and they're going to just put them back in the envelope and they're going to ship them out to you, and that's it. Once all this gets shipped out, it's going to end up at the same exact DHL office, all right, that you sent it out from. They're going to send you a notification telling you that it's ready to pick up. And then all you got to do is show up to the DHL office with your permanent or your temporary residency, all right? And with that, you're going to be able to pick up your documents. And that's it. And before you know it, you're going to have your passport in hand. Easy peasy, right? So you don't got to worry about this getting lost in the mail. You don't have to worry about, have them shipping this document to your home or anything like that. This basically ships to the DHL office, and then you have around approximately 30 days to go pick up your documents. If you don't pick up your documents within those 30 days, well, they're going to just ship them right back to the consulate, and then you're going to have to pay for them to ship them right back to you. Okay? So that's basically it. I mean, it's as simple as that. It doesn't get any easier than what I just explained to you right now. So for a lot of people out there that are struggling with this process, that again have to renew your passports, and you guys don't know what to do or how to do it, or you're even scared to go to an embassy or to go to a consulate, this is the best way to get it done. Again, I didn't have to step foot in any consulate or any embassy. Everything was done through the internet, through the mail, and like I said, before I knew it, within a month, I had my brand new passport. How awesome is that?
Bruh.
So guys, with all that said, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's short video on how to get your US passport renewed while you're living abroad, specifically while you're living in Mexico. Again, the cost for me to get my passport was 130 US dollars, and in order for me to get my passport card was an extra $30. The shipping, all right, for the DHL was somewhere around 350 pesos, so around 15 to $20, give or take, depending on the exchange rate to ship. Okay, not to ship and to ship it back. So total, all right, around 15 to $20. And the pictures, in order to get my pictures taken, the price on this, again, it varies depending on where you're at. It could be anywhere from 50 to 80 to 100 to 150 pesos. Okay, so meaning anywhere from, $3 to $4 or $5 to $10, all right, just to get your pictures taken, and that's it. It's just very, very, very simple. And so with all that said, guys, I mean, if I could do it, you can do it. Again, it was really, really, really easy. But I understand again, it still can be daunting for a lot of people, me included, believe it or not. So again, if you still have any questions, if you still don't understand something and you couldn't find the answers in this video or on the U.S. Consulate website, then please, by all means, leave a comment down below, and I will try my very hardest to answer your question and to, again, make sure that you can get your passport renewed through the mail without any hiccups at all. So, you already know the deal, guys. If you like this kind of content, you like these kind of videos, don't forget to please like, please subscribe, please share, please hit the bell icon. But more importantly than anything else, please stay awesome. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.